Hey everybody! I just wanted to talk to my friend Donna again one more time, and we're going to share a little bit about finding kind of your own limits within the role. I think we all know when you're in leadership, there are a lot of pulls on us, whether that's from the church body or from your with the family and the role expectations and all the kinds of different things that come with it, not to mention the time and scheduling things that occur. And so it's kind of important to learn who you are, what your gifts are, what your limits are, so that then you can really thrive within those boundaries. And I know you've really been on a journey with that, especially in the last 3 to 5 years, intensified. And so, what have you learned about yourself? What have you learned about finding your limits, and then how has that kind of redefined your role in leadership?
Yes. Sometimes, we should all know our limits. We should all know what our gifts are, and sometimes we try to measure up to who we think we should be like.
Right.
Like, well, Lori does this, and this, and I do nothing or whatever. And so maybe it should look like that. So first of all, it looks different for all of us. And for me, it looks really different because I have 2 major illnesses I'm dealing with, and then a child with a serious illness. And so it gets a little tricky. So I feel like God has forced me into a corner to know how to take care of myself, to draw some real strict boundaries, because if I don't, then I'm not able to take care of my family and do the real important things. And so for me, I have multiple sclerosis, and then I have another disease that nobody really cares to know anything about. Whoa, what a pain. Anyway, but for me, I've been forced into this corner. And so I've been forced to take care of myself and to know my limits, because if I don't, then I can't take care of my family. I can't be there to support my husband in his ministry, and I can't be there to take care of the 3 kids we have been blessed with. So I have to do that. So what everyone needs to realize, I think, and I wish that someone would have told me this as a young woman who's married to a leader, that recognize seasons of your life. Recognize that when you have these little ones, that your time is invested in there, and they're bigger, and they do this, and that different seasons are going to look like different things in service. I cannot do everything that maybe you do right now in ministry and serving in places, or that someone else does. And so for so long, I would just think, I'm not measuring up. But really and truly, if I'm there to support Tommy, and if I'm there to take care of the kids and to worship God, then that's really all he's asking of me for now.
That's right.
So to be comfortable with what you can do when you can do it, and that not to realize that you need to, or to realize that you don't need to beat yourself up for not looking like everyone else, because we're not. One of our friends said, it looks different for everyone. And so just to realize that and be okay with it. Otherwise, you're going to spend all this energy and time worrying about what you're not doing instead of what you can do, even if it's a little bit.
And it is about getting yourself to the point where you're comfortable enough with the way God has wired you, the way he has made you, the things he has put in your life, to be able to say, this is what I got.
Right.
This is what I'm able to offer.
Right.
And then no matter what kind of criticism comes out of that, because there will be. There are going to be people that have disappointed expectations that you didn't meet, that I didn't meet, I'm not going to be able to, whatever. For any number of reasons. Maybe because it's just not realistic. But that no matter what those things are that are said, or even not said but acted, just being comfortable enough that you are doing what you are called to do, and being okay with that.
Right.
You know what? And that's a hard place to settle into sometimes.
It is. And so for me, one of the blessings is, with my circumstances, is that I've been forced into that. And so I'm just secure in that this is what I can do. And and now I've gotten a lot of grace, because I can't, people know my limits, which is cool. So I'm in a fortunate place with that. But I remember even before I knew what my health problems were, that I would, people would say, can you speak at this? Or could you do this? Or could you do that? And I would just think, no, I really can't. And so, but I would encourage you out there, you healthy women, and just know that you can't do it all anyway. And that, and to realize what your core thing is that you want to do.
The essentials.
Yeah, the essentials. And then to be okay with that, be confident in that, because the more you know what you're supposed to do, the more comfortable everyone else around you feels. And they they're not going to get so upset if you say no, because you know what you should and shouldn't do.
Okay, so below, I want to hear, how do you define the boundaries in your leadership role? I'm sure a lot of people want things from you that maybe you necessarily can't give them. So how do you define those boundaries? And then, has it been an easy thing to find for you, the limits?
And, don't let people peg you into something. Not
That's
everybody
totally right.
has the gift of hospitality. Not everybody has the gift of leadership.
Speaking.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, not everybody, is going to work with children. Not everybody, I worked at the church for a little bit, and it was so great and so awesome, but I'm not now. You know what I mean? And so not everyone's going to do that. And I remember you going, well, I don't do that. And I was like, well, you're running circles around me. But it's not going to look the same.
That's right. That's right. So,
And be comfortable with that, because I think I tried to measure myself up with other
that's right.
people.
So we've got to give a little grace to ourselves.
Exactly.
Very
It's
good.
well said.
It seems like people in leadership, very good about giving grace to other people.
Exactly.
So hard to give it to ourselves. And I am the worst of that. I'm so hard on myself. So leave us your thoughts below. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you later.